Welcome to a Dungeons and Dragons podcast, Adventures of the Sword Coast, where this time we will have a recap of chapter 1 until 20. We'll do this together with Cepheon and Draco. If you are listening to this on Spotify or any other podcast, I would like to let you know that there is video footage with this podcast, which you can find on the website www.danceandworld.nl or on the YouTube channel Dance in World. In this video, I will show a lot of images of what we are talking about, so you get a more deeper insight of the whole podcast and campaign that we are playing. Nevertheless, it's always worth to have a visit on the website www.danceandworld.nl to have much more information about the podcast. Nonetheless, I wish you a lot of fun with this 2-hour podcast about Adventures of the Short Coast, Chapter 1 till 20. Alright, so we've had 20 chapters so far. We have had, we've been doing this campaign now for half a year, and I think that we are now almost at a full month of time in the campaign, that the characters are in the full month. So I thought, let's do a recap, talk about, introduce ourselves a bit more, and just have a regular chat about the last 20 chapters, what we still remember, what our favorite moments were, what we still would like to maybe expect in the future, or something like that, and tell a bit about ourselves, whatever you want to share, what dice you use, what if you use dice, if there's anything else from Dungeons and Dragons that you have, or just anything you would like to share. We're doing this podcast today with myself, Daniel, the DM, and we are being joined by Cepheon and Draco. I'll let them introduce themselves. Who wants to go first?
Why do we need introduction? I think everybody by now should know us.
That's 100% true, but what I mean is, like, would you like to share something of the person behind the character?
Well, Cepheon, go ahead.
Yes, tell all your dirty little secrets.
Well, I will...
Cepheon is a one-on-one character from... I'm actually Cepheon.
Well, we'll do Cepheon.
It's not a character. This is actually who I am and what I do.
No, okay, no. I can tell you a little bit. I am 36 years old. I live in the Netherlands. And actually, the DM is one of my oldest. Actually, he is my oldest and best friend. He was also a witness at my wedding ceremony. I have 2 kids, and this is my first campaign that I'm playing. Something like that.
Yeah, well done. Hold on. We have that right. There we go.
All right. Well, Draco. My real name is Michael. I'm 38. This is my 4th or 3rd campaign. I can't. No, the one with the kitty cat. I can't really count. It was too soon. I enjoyed it a lot. I came in like I don't know, 10 sessions in or 5 sessions in, but this is my favorite campaign so far. So I'm enjoying it.
Really? Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's surprising, because
No, you're doing good, man.
oh wow, yeah. So my name is Daniel, 37. So we have like 36, 37, 38. Live also in the Netherlands. I've already been introduced by Cepheon, Rom. Definitely oldest friend, best friend, one of my only friends that I really have left still, to be honest, after I've been moving a lot for work. And then the older you get, the more people you lose a bit out of sight, but that just happens, that's life. Dungeons and Dragons, something I always wanted to play, always wanted to do. never could get enough people together to do it.
We all have the same problem.
Exactly, yeah, it's hard. So it's nice to be able to do it online, because that's what we played online. I'm not sure if with this podcast I'm going to use video material, but I think so, to show a bit how it looks like and what owlbear is. I was actually curious. We because we know Cepheon, then we have Deimos, which is the brother of Cepheon. Unfortunately, could not be here, and then we have Azarea, which is my lovely, wonderful girlfriend, who also is very much interested in Dungeons and Dragons. I met Michael Berkey, Draco, so many names, on a campaign that we did like the Ghosts of Saltmarsh campaign, which we had 3 sessions of.
Yeah, we tried.
I actually found the DM in that session very good, in my opinion. Like, he gave me the idea that he really knows his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know him from work, and that's.
Did you do a campaign with him before as well?
Yeah, we did. My first campaign was I was how do you say it? Opleiding.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Education. Or so.
Education, something for work, and then I had to go there, and there was a guy there, and he said, "Well, I'm busy this weekend, and I already had the books, but I, like you said, never had somebody to play with." We became sort of friends, and I was like, "Well, what are you doing then in this weekend?" And he just was a little bit embarrassed, and I thought, "Well, I am a DM, and I have to make a campaign." And I'm like, "Whoa, oh, shit, okay, I have the books, but I never have a group to play with." And then he said, "Well, I can ask the group if you can join." And then, so I joined their group, and it was like on the other side of the Netherlands. So I had to drive 2 hours for like a session of 4 hours, and then drive back. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was fun. And then all of a sudden he moved, and one guy quit, and then the session, the campaign fell apart. There was Waterdeep. It's a good campaign. I liked it a lot. Then I met, Jort is the guy from the other one.
Yeah.
It's a colleague of work, and I introduced him to D&D. He got hooked, and we did Curse of Strahd. His times are starting at 10 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah, it's late.
Curse of Strahd, we always started at 12 o'clock in the evening, because we play with Americans.
Yep.
That got a bit tired for me, because I had to be up till 5 in the morning. It was really tiresome. And then the Americans just gave up some other obligations, and then we stopped.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does. Then I introduced them to a site, I think, where you can find people for D&D. And I don't know how he found you guys, but he found you guys. We did Saltmarsh a bit. Then Jort unfortunately had some personal issues. He had to stop. And then you said, "Well, you can join ours," and I gladly accepted.
Yeah, because I joined the official Dungeons and Dragons Discord server, where there are channels where DMs can look for players, or players can look for DMs. And he posted like this advertisement. Hey, you want to join? We play late, this and that. So I contacted. And the only thing he says, well, you need to be very committed. That's the only thing that he's like, you need to be committed, and you want to. And I'm like, good. We had some Americans in there as well, but one by one they just dropped out. And I knew that Bram, my best friend, was definitely wanting to play Dungeons and Dragons as well. So I asked Jort, like, hey, I actually know a guy that definitely would like to join and can join if you would. And then, so that's how he got invited, and that's also how Jeroen, the brother, was invited.
Yeah.
So, but unfortunately that was like every 3 weeks, every 4 weeks, and we were so new to the game that we really wanted to play more.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I got the same thing.
To learn more and everything, I bought the starter set and the essentials kit of Dungeons and Dragons.
With Vandelver, right?
With Vandelver and Dragon of Icespire Peak.
Oh wait, I have DM'd that one time as well, like one night.
And the Dragon of Icespire Peak is well, I that was the first time I DM'd for my girlfriend. She was doing a campaign alone, and I was a DM.
Okay.
Just to be so eager, we were playing, and we did 2 sessions or so. So now I can also say that the Gnome Garden, that was before Draco, Gnomengard, and the dwarven excavation. Those were 2 points where she already was and has been. So she knew a bit more about those situations because she played those. But she also died 3 times there, and I had to come up with some stuff so she could be revived.
Yeah.
So then I talked to Bram and said, like, hey, you know what? We could start a second campaign that we can do a bit more often to learn, to try it out, which was not meant to be recorded. But when we started doing the first session, including my girlfriend, then, like, the first chapter we recorded, I started recording when we were already playing for half an hour, because Bram at one point says, like, hey, are you recording it? Because it's nice to look back and stuff. And I'm like, oh shit, I didn't do that. So the whole intro that I say in that chapter is something that we actually played out. Well, yeah, and then Ghost of Saltmarsh unfortunately stopped. So I invited you, and I think we have a great group right now. The bigger it gets, we already see now that it's quite hard to come together and play and stuff. So yeah, there we go. I think that's a nice introduction. I can't get enough of these.
These sounds. Oh, damn. That's Draco getting shot by diamonds again.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Or Cepheon is doing his thing again with his sword.
Yeah. I gave him the nod, apparently.
Oh, that was a hilarious episode, seriously.
Which one was that?
The dwarf got killed, like, I don't know.
The dwarf.
Which one it was?
That was Gundren.
To be said, I think it's good to say that also the DM wanted him dead.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the podcast in the chapter where we do recap and we figure out some secrets. This is why I opened up my screen for you, because let's have a little bit of a look on this thing over here. I hope it's not all the way down, because there are still some secrets in here. There we go.
Should I close my eyes, or?
No. You can look. But this is for example a Word document where every day I keep track how you rest, what you do. So let's start with chapter 1, the ambush. Let's first say I'm using 3 books. We have the adventure, The Dragon of Icespire Peak, which is, of course, about a dragon.
We kind of forgot that the last episode, but I mean, the dragon is still out there, people.
Yes. It's the main villain in that thing, and it's that's why. Yeah, there's so many things going on that has nothing to do with these books.
Yeah, that's D&D.
And there is another book, and that is the Mine of Vandelver. I haven't seen that book for the last 10 chapters, so I don't even know how it's called anymore.
Mine of Vandelver or something like that?
Yeah, and they both play in Phandalin, in the Sword Coast. And I've read on Reddit, for example, people that combine these two in one campaign. So that's what I wanted to do as well. So some missions you did from the other. But for my birthday, wonderful Cepheon gave me a cursed book for you guys, which is Traps, Puzzles, and Dungeons. For example, the latest episodes with the beer.
Yeah, and he fell for this himself.
With the drinking beer was a puzzle. The whole
the water thing as well.
what is it, the dungeon of Medusa, the lair. That was a complete copy of a dungeon from that book. And even little riddles, as the answer with the arrow before you went into that ruin. That riddle was also straight from the book.
Yeah,
and
I do like that. Like, we have to use our brains, not only tactics, but like get up with a riddle.
Yeah,
It makes for hilarious moments, in my opinion.
and there are a lot more that I already planned out and are hidden as like random encounters or something. And as you notice, they can be very deadly.
Well, I love that, to be honest. I mean, I love role playing. Back in the other campaign, it was like a whole episode. From what I've heard, that it was just about going through a court. For me, I love it when there's also a little bit of a challenge that you have to think about it with a little bit of puzzles. I love the combat. So for me, there needs to be a balance between just role-playing stuff, regular stuff, and also the puzzles and the combat. And I think our DM does that in a very, very good.
Shut it.
Well, we got lucky a couple of times because I look up after the session the characters, and then I'll DM him, like with the bugbears, I think.
No, the hobgoblins afterwards.
The hobgoblins.
Yes, that I didn't use arrows. Yeah.
He could have wiped us from the map. So you learn.
Something I have like when we play, I have 3 books in front of me. I have this screen in front of me with then I have different Word documents where I have the story typed out or different outcomes of different things. There's so much that I'm focusing on that I forget that there's also ranged attacks. Yes, I forgot that in that session.
I've got like a monster. What's it called? Now the little cards.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I know those. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I just pick up the card from the enemy and just lay it next to me, or at your will.
Yeah, I have the, of course, the player's manual, the dungeon master manual, and the monster manual. Those 3, because it's nice if I make a random encounter, like a homebrew encounter, I open up that monster manual and I'm gonna find some monsters that I quite find matching to the area. For example, the whole Medusa thing. I wanted monsters in there that prepare you guys already a bit for what Medusa does, turning you into stone. And then there are basilisks, and I found that such a nice thing because then you already are a bit prepared for, hey, we should not look them in the eyes. Fighting.
If you say you made it up, it fit perfectly together, so I wouldn't even guess it was made up.
Oh, the whole Medusa thing, that was completely made up. That was completely like from the start. As soon as Cepheon got cursed, that whole thing was. There's if you find it, then it's completely coincidence. Because there is no such thing as a Medusa's Enigma tablet in D&D. That's a completely homebrew thing.
And there's not such thing as Cepheon, another Cepheon that wants to switch his
exactly.
beliefs.
That's how I came up. Yes, because he came up with me and he's like, I'm a bit too evil.
No, be honest. I think it was actually the other way around. It was like because of course we talk. And I have like an hour-long phone call about everything that happened. Without the DM for that, and I think you gave me several hints that it was that my character was too evil. That was difficult, also in comparison with the other characters. So that's why I said I'm gonna.
Well, 100%. I found you very evil. I found you like in an Oathbreaker is in what I read from it 100% dark and evil. So that's why I said it's a bit of a conflict of how we play this out, and so then he came up.
If you do another campaign and you just say as a basic rule for, all right, if you want to join this campaign, everybody makes an evil character, and then it just blends in, and then you get.
Yeah, what my thing is like I like to give everybody the freedom of what to do, whatever they want, without being very strict. If you want to change something in your character, or let's see, there needs to be a reason for it that fits in the story, and it needs to match up, and then we do that.
You can always communicate to each other. Like, is it possible? Is it not possible? How do you think about this? Yeah, of course.
Like if you look in the books, the 2 books that we use for this campaign, there's nothing about Neverwinter. Nothing. You're not meant to go to Neverwinter in these stories.
Don't you start there?
You start at the ambush.
Oh, because I did it one time and I was the DM. I started thinking Neverwinter, or like a town with a bar that needs to have a cart shipped to Vandelver or Vandalin.
Oh, you start there. No, I started actually that they are already on the road to Vandalin and with the ambush. That's where I started.
No, I started like I made up a story from a best friend of theirs wanted to have them had a job for them, and that's how they all met through this guy. And then the guy said, "Well, can you bring this card to Vandelver?" And then they got ambushed and etc. etc.
That's cool. You see, and that's how every single campaign with the same story is. It's just how the players do and react. I need to be honest. There are some tricks in the DM that you can use to block a certain path that characters would like to go. An example with this, well, at least I have the feeling that this is what the DM used. The other campaign that I'm doing, which is of the Frost Maiden in Icewind Dale. Mm-hmm. We travel through villages, and we decided we wanted to visit this specific village. But then the DM says, "Yeah, you meet a guard, like a guard from another village," and he says you can't go there because the road there is completely snowed down and it's you cannot get through there. Mm-hmm. You know, that's a way to block if you don't want people to go somewhere.
Never did that. I think.
No, please don't do this. But if you all say, "Oh, let's go to Waterdeep," then you can go to Waterdeep. I will try to figure out how to do that, but I will never. That's what I like about D&D: the complete freedom of whatever you like to do, what you want to do. You want to go to Neverwinter, then fine. I'll go and try to get as much information as I can, put in there as much as I can to make that city a playable area. If you want to travel to the other side of Faerun, let's do so. I don't care. Let's let go of the whole story. And we'll see. The dragon eventually will destroy Vandalin, but hey, whatever.
No, I can't do that. We need to kill the dragon because
you got the sword now, so
yeah. And to be honest, I want his skills, and I want to find another guy that wants to make something for me again. So.
No, but seriously, I don't know if you know the Reddit DM Academy.
Nope.
The people, it's a Reddit. You see people putting up things that they want, and everybody comments on how you could do that, or how you deal with players, or how you deal with situations. And if you see some DMs who actually have something scripted and they want it to go that way specifically. But then I think we are very lucky with our DM, seriously. With you, I mean, then.
Yeah, well, of course I'm pushing you in some certain directions at some point. One example is the last session that you unfortunately missed, the whole casino thing. Yeah. I made a whole casino because you guys, when you went to Neverwinter, you said, "Oh, let's visit the casino in Neverwinter to get ideas." So, and I'm like, shit, I created Neverwinter, but I didn't create a casino. So I put last minute effort in creating a casino and stuff, and put little cards on tables and little dice and everything. And then you never mention it again. So that's why I'm like, okay, Draco and Deimos are talking, what shall we do now? How can we spend the rest of the evening? And then I'm like, here we go. Roll a history check, Deimos, and see if you know there's a casino. That's how I sometimes... Also, there's something else I can tell you about the campaign that I changed in a way that I would like to... Yeah, I think... Am I going to ruin it if I say this?
I don't know.
Would you like to have inside information or rather not?
Yeah. Don't mind.
I can do if I can act if I don't know it.
All right, yeah, well, it's fun. In the main story of the Phandelver mine, if you go to Kragma Castle, you actually will find a map that will lead you to that mine where you need to go to.
Okay. We forgot that one.
And if you and I would find my problem with that was that you all were so very smart and quick to find Kragma Castle way too early in the adventure, in my opinion, that you would skip so much fun and nice, interesting things.
Mm-hmm.
That if you would do Kragma Castle and immediately find that map and immediately go to the Wave Echo Cave, because that's the thing where you go to, I would find it a shame for the whole campaign. That's why I came up with a riddle that would take you to another place you would otherwise skip. Because that place is so interesting and so cool that I don't know why the creators of that book would make that as a possible location to go to. So instead of a map, I actually changed that map into that riddle that you found in the Kragma Castle, which you figured out will take you probably to... Do you know it?
What, Thunder 3?
Yes.
No.
All right, so you still know it. Good.
Yeah.
So that's how I changed a bit of the story to still get you where I want you to go.
Yeah. But we're like, I think not this session, because I think the next session is gonna be, I don't want to spoil it, but people know.
Yeah.
It's the hiring part, I think.
There's still one day because you all go to sleep, and then there's one day that is. Shall I go all the way down? That's a sneak peek. I can't. I go to the other screen.
Draco gets killed. I saw it.
Yeah, Draco. End of. Yeah, you are on. You arrive in Neverwinter, and day 31. So actually, at the month, we have the interviews, and we start at day 30 this Sunday.
Thunder Tree is a little bit of a walk, I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's further away.
But after the interviews, I'm thinking, Dimus keeps mentioning Thunder Tree. He wants to really go there. I think we go there.
Treasure. There's some stuff to find. I changed some definitely I changed some stuff in the story. We completely forget to do a recap. But who cares?
Well, I mean, it's not about the recap. It's about some inside information about
Chatting, getting together. Yeah,
it was
nice.
so long. But maybe it's good. I mean, let's ask everybody what was your favorite moment so far, and what was your least favorite moment in the campaign so far? Is that an idea?
Between us, you mean?
Yeah.
My favorite part was the unpredictability of Cepheon. Like, you mention something, or you just do something, and he just does it. Like, he slits his own throat, he slits somebody else's throat. He has something with slitting throats. It doesn't matter if it's his own or somebody else. But it did just, how do you say it? It flabbergasted me. It's like, what the hell's going on here? And I have to act on that. I like those parts.
Yeah, with the nod, I think that was
that was a fun one.
And your least favorite moment until now?
Ooh. I have to think about that. Least favorite. I actually don't have a least favorite.
I mean, I think for me, when we actually had like I don't know what was it again with when you guys after killing Sildar and we came back into the town.
Yeah.
I think I honestly didn't like that moment because I was honestly actually upset. I was very frustrated at that moment, so I think that for me that was my least favorite part.
Yeah, same. Me too. Because I thought you took it personal, and I thought, well, it's in character, right?
Yeah, but sometimes that's a very thin line. I mean, I invest a lot, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was
I
honestly
understand.
very frustrated at that moment for ruining our chances in that town. In my opinion, at that moment, of course,
Yeah,
it wasn't the case, but it felt like that.
luckily. Yeah. Well, he ran somewhere.
Yeah. Luckily, our DM fixed that situation as well because that could have really screwed with the whole Vandalin town situation.
Well, you all did because he went to Barton. You're talking about, right?
Yeah.
The guy that lives on
And
that red building on top.
he he wanted to go to the townmaster. He tried, but you stopped him. Like it's not realistic that he just goes hide. No, he needs to go then and see what you do about it. That's something that I also like. You, the things you do have consequences, 100% for sure. The biggest consequence that is funny. The last session. Have you listened back to the last chapter, Cepheon?
And no.
All right, so it was in the last chapter that was explained to Draco by.
The prices you're gonna mention, right?
The what is it called?
Actually, I did. I was there. That the prices are so high because that was the only Vandalin was left.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about Vulcalirdes. Talking to Draco about the consequences of killing the king of Cragma Castle.
Yeah. Now we have goblins and hobgoblins and I don't know bugbears at a war, and one is gonna win and is gonna take over the castle, and there's gonna be an imbalance in this area, and
exactly
we have to deal with that later. So we got a dragon to kill. We got 2 dragons to kill. We got hobgoblins to kill. I think there's something about orcs as well, if I'm not forgotten. There's some cowboy named guy in a mine, I think. If I remember.
We have here, because this is the funny thing, that like, such a small thing that you all oversaw and didn't see, which did happen. You all, let me see. Oh, there's so much poison.
John Raskin, yeah, that's his name.
Day 5 of Gnome's auto crossbow device. That's also still coming. So much about. Where is it? Where do you see? Oh yeah, decide to rest the night. Rest morning until thin. Zilda Cephion's weapon is ready. Zilda gets captured. Oy.
Hey there, John Raskin leaves with a couple of.
There we go. There is a little goblin that you didn't kill at Gregma Castle.
Yeah, he ran, yeah.
He ran for Gregma hideout, informs the leader Gorth about the king's death, and the group ambushes them. Goblin leaves for Crypt Garden Forest, and the hobgoblins leave for Crag Hills. And that's how I tracked, while you all were playing, I was tracking every single day a group of hobgoblins and bugbears that were getting together to claim Cragma Castle. It was all in the background. And that all of that just because you all did not try to kill the last goblin that ran from Cragma Castle.
I think I mentioned it, but
you did. You did see him run away, but you all, whatever. We're gonna just sleep in Cragma Castle right now, and.
Okay. Now we have my favorite moment of my least favorite moment. DM, what was your favorite moment so far and least favorite moment?
I find it hard to say. To come up with a least favorite moment right now. I don't know.
Maybe somewhere where we didn't do or went a completely different
No,
way. I mean,
there are some times that we finish the session and then I'm like, ah, shit, I didn't really enjoy this session that much because this, but I just can't. Like, of course, there was this session where like tension rising. That's what the chapter is called. Where you all just like really started to go out on this whole discussion about killing the dwarf and telling Barton and everything. At that point, I was like, oh shit, this is going very bad. But if I look back on it now, it's basically one of the more interesting chapters to listen back to. Because you really hear the commitment and the going for it. But what I really, my most stuff that I really was laughing out loud multiple times is definitely Cepheon with his throat slaying. Just the impulse, like really the. I think the most memorable thing was the killing of Gundren.
We all joining into.
I thought, and that you all just started to like torture the doppelganger, all the three of you, and then Dimus comes up with, let's revive him and we can do it again. like, like this is getting a very dark turn, but my favorite moment, I had tears over my cheeks, is that I came up with the idea of like, let's see if he is going to be able to kill Gundren. Let's give him the chance to get more power, because that's what Cepheon wants. But he has to kill Gundren. Let's see if he would do that. And then I'm like, yeah, let's give him 24 hours. And then I'm like, no, 24 hours is a bit short. Let's give him 48. And it took him 2 minutes.
Not even. He wakes up and I grab him. Gone.
Like that is just out of nowhere. He's like, you lift him up because you're yelling at him, and then out of nowhere he comes in like, and I slit his throat.
Yeah.
There was nothing I could do about that.
Not me neither.
I think that's definitely one of my favorite moments.
But you have one perk. You know me very well, you know. So I mean, I think in real life, no, not I wouldn't slit a throat.
He plays himself.
You're very impulsive, and that's why I also gave you that challenge. But that you would go that much for it, like immediately, pop. There you go. See my chance.
Yeah.
Slit his throat. That's
48 hours. He's not 48 seconds.
I wanted a good weapon, you know. I mean, everybody gets magical rings, and I don't know what. And I was like, oh yeah, now finally getting a good weapon, you know. That's
my least favorite. Thank you for that's my least favorite moment. The moment that I chose to give Dimus the wand of fireball, or what is it?
It's a bit strong.
That was a big mistake that I made, and that's the thing I like the least. I think that thing just could fuck up the whole campaign.
Well, and there was one session where you only threw, I think, like very low, and everybody else threw natural 20s the whole time. There was one episode where you just.
That was Cragmar Castle, I think. Where you all just slaughtered the whole thing because I didn't throw a single time above 10.
Yeah, that sometimes.
Like there was a whole room filled with goblins and hobgoblins, and you all just like,
hi, bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
We'll do this. Did you share your favorite moments already, Cepheon?
Not my favorite. No, not my favorite yet.
And what's your least favorite then? What was that?
Well, that's what I said when I was actually.
That one.
When I was honestly frustrated about how can you say that I already saw our chances in the village gone and ruined. So that was my least favorite moment. Oh no, and actually what I also didn't like, I was like, no, now I'm not gonna if I'm gonna die now with the curse and the stupid book that I bought with the trap. I was like, no, if I'm now gonna die without me having any control about it, just some stupid bad luck with the dice. Then I was really, I really didn't like that either. But it's also that's. But
favorite moment.
My favorite moment. Actually, one of my favorite moments is the not the last episode, but the one before that with the puzzle room. I love that in Medusa's Lair.
All right.
Yes, that was we honestly had to think, and everybody participated. In the beginning, when I look back, I said a lot, and I know I'm impulsive, and but I really enjoy it if everybody participates on the same level. And in the beginning, that was not always the case, in my opinion. But I must say, the longer we play, also the more people. I mean, take Nick.
Oh, you can say Nikki. It's fine.
Yeah.
Azarea.
Azarea, sorry. Take Azarea. In the beginning, she was a little bit quiet, but the way she fought and participated in that session with the puzzle room, I love that so much. I think that was really cool, and I really honestly enjoyed it because. The episode, and then when we were, I think the episode before that, when suddenly she began to heal and participate. I really love it when we play as a team and everybody takes their role, and that I think that's like the essence for me of D&D, and I love it to see how we grow as a group of players, and DM of course.
That's for sure. That's also what I really would like to do a recap, because if you started listening to the podcast, you're not like enjoying chapter 1, because we are very inexperienced, and the whole ambush combat takes way too long because we're figuring out what to do. Then you can just listen to this recap and you can start at chapter 21, because we have come a long way. We started, like, I think for Jeroen it was one of his first campaigns, besides the Salt Marsh, but that was 3 sessions. For me it was the first campaign at DM. My girlfriend is completely new. She still is, though. We have it was your second campaign after the Salt, so we're all very, very new and figuring out how to do it. And I think if you listen to the last chapter and the first one, there's so much difference in pace and experience, and that's just very nice.
True.
All right.
Okay, maybe it's also inside information. I don't know how to call it. What I thought actually was also really cool, that you suddenly sent us an email that our podcast is apparently very popular on Apple Music.
We are. I got an email and that said that we are in Canada, Apple Podcast. We are number 213 in the charts of the fiction podcasts.
Out of 215.
Exactly. So well done, guys. I have no idea.
What do you want in the future of this campaign? What's your plan?
Honestly, I just want some. I'm not about the gold, or that I don't care about treasure. I only care about gear. So some better gear would be nice. But we'll see when that happens. Can be soon, can be very late. And I just enjoy it. Hope we get much more puzzles, that we have think a lot, and there's a balance between combat and role playing.
What's the motivation for Cepheon to keep doing just? Then it's greed, I guess, or better gear, or being stronger.
I thought you meant me as person or me as.
Oh no, as Cepheon, yeah.
That's a very different.
Okay,
yeah. Those are very different answers.
Yeah, because Draco would love. Well, I would like Drake to have, of course, be stronger and then have more gear as well. But for him, it's like kill the dragon and then I don't know what he does after that.
Report to your master.
Cepheon wants actually now to get rid of all evil. He's of course now very motivated by the fact that he realizes that he was under the influence of an evil god, and so I think his motivation is to kill evil and eventually die killing an evil person. Like a hero's death. That's
Yeah,
But I think his motivation is stronger than ever, and he's now on the right path, the path of vengeance.
that's
So,
good.
yeah, basically kill the dragon, kill some orcs, kill some actually everything that is evil or taking advantages. He always had some strong things about stealing and stuff like that. That has always been the case. Uh, um, but now he's very motivated to make the world a better place. That is actually something Cepheon and me, as a person, have in common.
That's
So
good.
noble.
Well, then you should help Azrael later on with killing, was it demons or devils? I keep forgetting those.
Yeah, I'm very open to that. That's very,
Demons.
yeah.
That's a different book that I have, which is gonna be spoiler alert, season 2 of our campaign.
Oh, cool.
It's where we go until level 15, maybe level 17 or so. So we still have a lot to do.
I'm waiting to get level 5.
The others are waiting for level 6. Fantastic.
I want to be level 7, because then Drex increases in size.
Cool.
Oh,
Yeah, I can ride him as a mount, and if I don't ride him as a mount, he can fly.
wow. That's
Yeah.
cool.
All right, cool. So I need to create a new character.
It's like Pokemon. He levels up with me. He's now Charmander, and he's going to be Charmeleon.
Oh, Charmeleon. Nice.
We're such geeks. I love it.
38, right?
Oh yeah. Hey, you're as old as you feel, right?
Yeah,
No
right.
problem. Yeah. So, story so far, just quickly. I've got some time. Anyways, we start chapter 1 with the ambush. The group, Azrea, Daimos, and Cepheon, get a mission from Gundren in Neverwinter to help him deliver provisions in Phandalin. That's how everything starts, right? And then on the road, they meet Azarea and provide her a lift onto Phandalin for hell knows why. And then you get ambushed on the road to Phandalin, where you go to the Kragma hideout, where you rescue Sildar. You go to Phandalin, and that's chapter 1. Very short. Chapter 2, you head into Phandalin, you meet more people about let's get Phandalin out then. Where are you, Phandalin?
We meet our lovely rest her in peace in Verna, I think.
Yep. And she's been laid to rest somewhere, but you all have not visited her grave yet. You visit Stonehill Inn, you visit the Townmaster Hall, where the fat guy was still there. What was his name?
What's not there?
It is Harbin Wester, that guy. But he, Cepheon and the old Cepheon, and they were just, he didn't trust him, which was quite okay. The guy was not the most, he was just a businessman, but scared as shit for everything, so he doesn't do anything about the red brands, because you all figure out there are red brands and scum. And Sildar is looking for Janu Albrecht, his guild brother. And you all decide to spend your days in Phandalin and decide to try to figure out where the Red Brands are taking place, where they have their hideout. They had their hideout in the Sleeping Giant. Well, that's where they would normally do their stuff, but their hideout was underneath Resender Manor, right here. Chapter 3 and 4, I guess, was then completely focused on the Red Brand hideout.
Yeah. It's by the way very very funny that I was actually annoyed for Azrea distracting me with a stupid mouse thing. And then actually the episode later I find out that it was a distraction. And that he escaped because of that. And I was like, I was right. That was a funny one.
It is true that mouse was indeed that's officially all in the books until chapter 4. That was definitely followed all in the.
I think, by the way, new Cepheon this new version of Cepheon also wouldn't like Halbin. He wouldn't sacrifice him, I think, but he also wouldn't like him because he just ignored all the stuff that happens and.
Yeah, there were multiple outcomes in Red Brand Hideout. You could have indeed ignored the mouse and or rats, or you could have found secret doors and secret routes where you could surprise the mage that was in there, and you could have captured him or killed him. But you took the route that I think most people who play it take. The route through the room where that rat was that warns him that he could flee, which takes us to the celebration.
I think this was your first big homebrew thing, wasn't it?
That exactly, because I was like, in the books, Glassstaff, Jarno Albrecht, the mage, he escapes, and then it says almost literally in the books, it's up to the DM if he would return, yes or no. So for the book, that's done. He's finished. So I was like, okay, what would a mage like that do or try to do to get his revenge or to do something? So that's why on day 3 here, Glassstaff escapes to the sleeping giant where other red brands are gathered and commands them to come with him and hide outside of Phandalin, where he makes up a plan to get all the 6 guards of Phandalin together at one spot, kill them, and order for the 6 red brands to take them over and disguise them as the guards. This plan was at the sleeping giant, where there are now 6 dead bodies and the innkeeper tied up. If you would have chosen to go to the sleeping giant, you would have found this. You could have prevented everything that would have happened in that chapter celebration. But you didn't. You went to sleep outside of the thing, so he had free way to do whatever he wanted. I think I actually kept in here as well. There you go. Innkeeper, sleeping giant, still tied up and starving. Even kijken. There, day 6. Innkeeper, sleeping giant, tied up and still starving. Day 7. Even kijken. Let me see. Innkeeper, sleeping giant, dies of starvation and no water. She's been laying there for 4 days. And then she died. And you all figured that out much. She's been laying there for so long between 6 bodies of guards.
So how long did she lie there dead again? Because when did we find her? And
well, you found her. Well, actually,
did we find her? We just got the house, right?
Oh, at day 11, there is a memorial kept for the sleeping giant, which is being mentioned to all of you by Tobrin in the Stonehill, but nobody gets the point like, oh, there was a memorial. For who was the memorial then? He actually mentioned it somewhere to all of you. Like, you know, we had a memorial for the sleeping giant innkeeper. Nobody went into that. Sometimes I give a little bit of things through the things that the characters say, but most of the time nobody responds really to that. Maybe
right, it says corpses found in the sleeping giant.
Yeah, there you go. Corpses found.
Yeah. Cool.
That's when you all went to Cragmaw Castle.
Yeah.
So she's been laying there
5 days.
5 days.
Yeah, that's gonna smell.
Yeah.
Can we open the windows in our establishment?
Then oh yeah, this is also proof because Cepheon thought that the whole thing, because Cepheon said Yemek, the guy who he left at the Cragmaw hideout, you owe me your pledge, so I will come. That you will help me. This is when you, Draco, were back there already. little did he know that I already at day 3 said that the bugbears and the ogre, they kill Ymik and they hang him outside as a warning for traitors.
Yeah.
That was already at day 3, so that was like in chapter...
Ymik was that guy that Cepheon really didn't want to find.
He did want to find him because Ymik owed
yeah.
Cepheon something.
Oh, isn't that the helper of Gundren?
No, that's Sildar. That's Sildar.
Oh, okay.
Sildar is...
alive, Dan?
I actually spoiled that earlier in this conversation because it said something in this Word document, and I'm not going to repeat that because that's all still for you to find out.
Well, we're going to listen back to the podcast.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? That's 2 listeners ready.
Yeah.
But you're not from Canada, so we're not going to rise to 212. Anyways, what happened in Celebration was that the whole plan of Glassstaff, I needed to mix these 2 stories together, right? The dragon with the red brands and stuff. So in one story, which is the Mine of Phandelver, you have the red brands in Phandalin. And then you have, in the Dragon of Icespire Peak, you have a white dragon. And I was searching for a point how I could introduce the dragon in our campaign and leave the red brands behind. So as soon as you all would have destroyed the red brands, I would put the dragon there, because I didn't want to have them both at the same time. Mm-hmm. So that's why I came up with the fact that why don't I let the dragon kill the red brands and the master? That's going to be an epic thing, probably. And I know Cepheon was going to kill the town master, for sure, because that's what he was... And I'm like, no, I'm going to be ahead of him. He's going to be killed by the Glassstaff.
That's a very smart solution, because of course we have conversations on the phone, and I told you that.
Yep, you told me, like, yeah, I really want to kill him because he's really bad and he doesn't take for the town and this and that. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to be ahead of you. I'm going to let him be killed. Mm-hmm. Like Game of Thrones kind of stuff. I quite like that when there are characters that just die. That's why I'm also like Gundren, okay, just let them die. I don't care. So what happened in Chapter 5 Celebration? Not sure. Did you listen back to it, Draco?
It had been a long time. I
don't mind if you didn't.
The first thing I listened and remember, because that's what I remember, that
with the dick.
That Cepheon came downstairs naked and put his wiener on a table, I think.
That's here. That's chapter 6, after an awkward morning at the inn.
I think I started listening from there, so...
Yeah, that's just a bit back and forth between me and Bram when I'm trying to push him a bit to the limits, but then he says, like, okay, fuck it, if you go that way, then I can top that.
Yeah.
Celebration actually is like... they are being celebrated because they defeated the Red Brands. The Red Brands are gone. They haven't seen anymore. So there's been a celebration on the market square in Phandalin. There's been a stage build. There's music. Toblin has his own bar outside. It's wonderful. It's great. And then before they actually get their prize, the mage, the Glassstaff, and his Red Brands that are left, they ambush and they kill the town master on the stage in front of everybody. They slit the throats. I think that's where it starts for Cepheon. Like, I can do that. And then I let them fight a bit. Like, there were so many Red Brands, they would never have made it. But that was the point, because I wanted for the dragon to come in, slay the Red Brands. And then what I didn't expect was that actually they would go run from the dragon. Deimos does his invisibility. Azarea starts running, and I'm like, no, you need to fight this dragon. What the fuck? So that's why we had a bit of a conversation, saying like, hey, you should fight it. Don't worry, you're not gonna die, because you do it damage and then it flees. That's basically what would have happened, and that's what indeed happened. after Cepheon did his magic powerful thing of going through the building, jump out of the window. That was what you did, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that celebration, dragon introduced, and then we go into the Dragon of Icespire Peak, where we have where you went for the. My girlfriend Azarea still says that those were her least favorite monsters, the ogre jellies. She really didn't like those because they, if you slice them, they would multiply and stuff, and they were just very hard to kill. They were in the dwarven excavation because you're being asked by the new town master. You've been asked to save Adabra from her hillside house, which you so smartly killed the Manticore by giving it poison. Very smartly done. I should praise that. And then you went to the Dwarven excavation, where you warned the dwarves there about the dragon. Then you head to the Gnomon Guard to ask for their magical, very magical, nice weapons. Turned out that they are not so very good against the dragon, but then still you all were so inventive to ask that little contraption that they have there to put that on wheels and create it so you can defend Phandalin. Very smart again. You get back to Phandalin, where we finally get introduced to Draco.
Yeah.
Does anybody... I'm talking so much. Does anybody want to take over what happens here? If you can remember it well.
I can't remember. I just saw them at the bar, and then I introduced myself because Draco heard about dragons, and he had no lead at all. So usually you go to a tavern and then hear the rumors. But I saw two guys and a woman who looked the part, and that's how I met them, I guess.
Cepheon,
I
anything
think
to
it's
add?
a nice addition. Cool character. So that's very cool.
That's what I also wanted to ask you guys. Like, how did you come up with your character? Why, for example, choose a Dragonborn ranger? Because not many people choose for ranger when they play D&D.
No, true. I was looking for something to do with dragons, and I just looked at all the I like to do a theme, and then I thought dragons with a dragonborn with a little dragon. It's like a kind of a killing dragons. So it's the dragon team, and I knew the campaign's going to be around dragons. So that's how I make up a story in my head, and then that's how I make characters. So
and you oh yeah, continue.
And that's how I got with the rangers, because I typed in, I think I typed Google dragons, the class, and then something, and then I came up with the dragon. I don't even know what it's called. What am I? Let me get the sheet. Drake Warden. Yeah. So I saw Drake Warden. Drake Warden. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I can have my little own dragon, and it fits the theme of like dragons, and that's how I got it. Like I played an artificer as well, but
that was a dwarf artificer. Those are little.
Yeah.
Also little things that I put in there, like characters from previous campaigns that we played.
You did. Yeah. Bilber. Bilber was a big character that I played in the casino. Yeah.
And also the paladin that helped Cepheon eventually being introduced to the Order of the Gauntlet.
Yeah, that was
your paladin from a previous campaign.
Yeah, for Curse of Strahd. He unfortunately died in session 2 or 3.
All right. All right. Well, he's been met.
Fighting a vampire.
This is before that.
yeah.
Unfortunately, we know now the demise of I can't remember what it was named.
Michael.
And then, of course, we have
Hellbringer,
Elroil Carlethian,
Yeah, that was a fun part. Yeah.
the bard in the casino. That was my character from the last campaign. Who has a half brother who might still appear in this campaign. I just need to get the image. So if someone would send me the image of his character. Hello?
Oh, my character?
No, I'm talking about Bram.
My character?
Yes.
What the dwarf? Yorick?
No.
Yorick?
Yeah. No, that was not no, that was Jeroen. Yeah, no. Because I like to put these little things in. What was your character called again? The half brother of Elroil.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, let me refresh your memory.
I can look. I can look.
I
I
have it here.
in 1 sec. Oh, Jesus.
I have to go here. The intro.
Cepheon? Not Cepheon, he was called Basil.
Yeah, Basil. Yeah. Yes, he was a sorcerer draconic bloodline. I could have done that as well.
I really like that character. I wish. I hope I can play that. He's gonna. If I would have thought if my character was gonna die, I'm gonna just use that one.
Yeah.
Ah, Basil.
That's all. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all.
I have a backup character as well, because you never know with these traps.
There you go.
Yeah, but it still needs to be a tank because of the tank, so we'll have to make it. By now with so many, I have so many new good ideas for characters.
Yeah.
So,
I got a couple in line. The first one I want to play now after this one is a sorcerer aberrant mind.
Chapter 9. Actually, Cepheon came up with the name Owlbear Massacre.
Oh yeah, that's well. We came up with some good plans, and that's what I especially like on this campaign, because we can go in and Owlbear, fuck it, run in and try to kill it, but no, we use tactics
Oh yeah, for sure.
Piece of meat, and then let the owlbear do it.
I think this is where it starts with you all with the tactics, because before that you all just were fighting and let's do. But here with the Owlbear Massacre, well, does anybody want to say what happened?
Yeah, because I thought it was a brilliant plan of us, to be honest. Of course, we come into Crackmore Castle. We start exploring the rooms, and I open the room, and there's a huge owlbear in there. Draco was just in time to close the door and shout and to prevent that we got massacred. But yeah, at that moment we know there was an owlbear behind the door. And when we explored a little bit further, we found the room with. We didn't know how many people in there, but we knew there were a lot of enemies in there. So we came up to plan to barricade a way, so the owlbear could just go one certain way, and that let the owlbear work for us. Apparently there was another creature in there as well. Forgot the name.
Oh yeah, the snake thingy with the kraken mouth.
Yeah, Grig. Yeah.
Oh, Grig, yeah.
The Grig. So yeah, that actually I really enjoyed that episode. We used tactics as well. First, we did a whole reconnaissance around the building to see which ways we could go in. I think that's where we started to be smart and.
Yeah, use more tactics, yeah.
Use more tactics, yeah.
You use the strengths of the character, like diamonds could go invisible, and then look and stuff. But that's why I still at that point I was still using a halberd, and I'll stand behind you and poke the people.
1 second, my cats ran away, and they're now way too long in the second.
Yeah, no, not a problem. I can do some commercial for the website, www.dancingworld.nl, to get more information about the characters. Azarea background, Cepheon background, Diamonds the Trickster background, and Draco Amethyst background, NPCs, area maps, anything you would like to know. I will, I think, upload video footage with this podcast on YouTube. Where were we? Gundren's Demise, which is definitely one of my favorite chapters of the thing that happens. Well, was it Albir Massacre where you all already started torturing the doppelganger?
No. Wait, yeah.
I don't have a doppelganger on the website. I
don't know I know when we woke up, Gundren was within a minute he was dead.
That was true. But that's Gundren's Demise, because, well, yeah, that's the title it says.
No, no, that was before that. I think that was because
But
wasn't that the second time?
I think at night we tortured. Yeah, we came back later. Yes, if we came back later to do a burial for him. Well, at least Draco wanted to bury him. You wanted to cut him up in pieces, and then we had a shouting contest who can say the loudest prayer.
Let's have a look. Favorite just that could be nice if I can find one of her favorite moments. You three are the most horrible creatures I've ever met in my life. And I'm almost
now. I'm grappling him. What did you just call me?
Well, you're grappling, so do a strength throw, which I'll do with disadvantage, cause he is weak as fuck.
19 plus 5, 24.
Well, do you grapple him?
Lift the dwarf up. What did you just call me?
While he is lifted up, I quickly take out my dagger and I slice his throat.
Oh, Jesus.
While he's hanging here, while he's lifted up.
There's nothing I can do about that, or
No,
anybody.
As he does that, I'll drop the dead body like, what the hell, Cepheon? He was trying to talk. Like, man, what with you, Cepheon? Jesus
That was
Christ.
helpful. Come on, like.
Cepheon!
Oh yeah.
Then he talked about the favorite line. You gave me the nod. That's what I said.
Well, I'm gonna definitely nod sometime.
Not too much,
Yeah,
please.
No.
So yeah, that was Gundren's Demise. And then you all went back. What was the deal that she gave you again, Lady Shar?
That I would get that magic weapon if I would kill Gundren within 48 hours.
Or she would make your weapon magical, right? I think that was it. A
Yeah.
+1 on magic, yeah. Well, and you're like, okay. And I lift him up. Slit his throat. So yeah, never would have thought it would go that quick.
No.
Then you all went back to Cragma Castle.
Did we? Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Yeah, you went back
We
again.
went away, we tortured,
Yeah.
and we buried. We did all kinds of unholy stuff, and then we went back, and then we had the Albert massacre.
Yeah, and then we came back, and then we buried Gundren, right?
The Owlbear massacre was focused on the fact that the Owlbear was gonna fight the Grick.
Yeah.
That was chapter 9. And then chapter 10, Gundren's Demise, where you fought the Grick, because I think the Grick killed the Owlbear.
Yeah.
He fought the Grick, and
yeah.
that's where the Goblin escaped. And then we have one of the other highlights, really fun listening back to chapter 11, where basically more than an hour of the whole session was you all discussing. Everything went quite okay. You all went back to Phandalin, do some business. You go to Barton to get provisions. what happened there that Draco decided to tell Barton what happened with Gundren? Because you all decided to lie about it.
First, Draco was trying to, but his conscience. Draco's is a good guy. He follows like the beliefs of Bahamut, and that's a good thing. So it bothered him that he first of all tortured the doppelganger, and then the dwarf got killed. It got a bit too much for him, and then the trigger was, I think, Cepheon telling on Diamonds, because Diamonds wanted to steal or something.
That's it. Yeah. That was the whole thing. That was the whole thing.
Cepheon snitched on him. And like, okay, well, I can't keep this secret any longer if you're just gonna tell anybody or dirty secrets. I'm gonna tell this one as well.
True.
And that's how that.
And as Barton, I could have acted like I didn't hear that. But it was too interesting to act out that he did hear that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where all hell broke loose, and a little bit of a discussion.
Yeah, I got proper annoyed about that.
Yeah. Because you threw Cepheon under the bus there with Barton, as a response to that he threw Diamonds under the bus, like the stealing there.
Yeah.
And then that's where Barton leaves the picture. He actually took his stuff and left Phandalin as a response. Out of fear for Cepheon.
Yeah, because we also threatened him with Cepheon killing the whole town.
No, the whole town. I didn't get that point. I thought you said, well, if you go tell the town master, we cannot vouch for what he will do to you.
No, exactly.
So that's why he decided to just pack his stuff and leave. And
Yeah.
I think he also said where he was going.
I do not know that,
But he ventured through Neverwinter. That's for sure. Then we came up with the wonderful idea to do a one-shot Halloween special that had nothing to do. And basically, besides the Tower of Storms and the Dragon Barrow, from here on out, nothing is from the books anymore.
all freestyling.
Yes. Because we have the Halloween special, because I thought, okay, after the Halloween special, we can continue our path with the books. The Halloween special was basically just like a one-shot that plays in Phandalin that you can mix in with a lot of monsters and zombies and all that kind of stuff. Arklam Greeth from that story gets introduced, which was a lich, if I pronounce that right. Interesting creatures, almost not killable because they have like this artifact, and if you don't destroy that, they resurrect in 10 days.
We still have that, right?
Somewhere.
But
He
Cepheon
still-
has that.
No. You didn't find his artifact. So
No, he has his head, I think.
he has his head. Yes, for sure.
Yeah,
but
the hat I do have that.
but he a lich creates a new body.
Oh, okay, so he doesn't need the head.
No, he doesn't need it. No, he just creates near the artifact where he hid it. That's where he will resurrect. So that's an opening for me as DM to be like, okay, why not put him back in the story? Then you
He was
all.
pretty hard to kill.
He was. That was your first real boss fight.
Yeah.
I was hoping that Medusa was gonna be a bit like that, but you all were like smart with putting him over. But we'll get there in a second. Arklam Greed was nice. You all luckily did not kill the little boy Pip. You only needed a bit of blood from him, not to kill him. That was because I was scared that you would all like, yeah, let's slit his throat.
Actually, we like Pep. Everybody liked Pep, so don't think we wanted to kill him.
I would not know. I'm not gonna kill children.
Jesus,
Well,
that's a
Draco,
limit. No, that's a limit.
And
Even
then
Cepheon-
old Cepheon is too far.
No, I think even evil characters are not gonna kill children just for fun.
yeah, continue. Fine. Hello?
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 Anyways, you it's also an Arkham Greed where in the end you all for 1 gold buy the building, the Sleeping Giant,
Yes.
which is.
I don't know how we came up with that plan, but it was a good plan.
Let's have a look. We have Vandalin for if you because I decide to make a YouTube video out of this and a video on the website, so that you when you listen to it you can also watch it back for more information. We actually have the Stonehill Inn in Vandalin, and then we have the Sleeping Giant here. I don't know where I put the map of that Daimos made for the thing. You also see some things like this. Those are little hidden things that you as a player cannot see, but that's for me visible.
Yeah. Like
So,
where everybody lives and stuff.
Yes. Yeah. These you can see, but these are still hidden because you have not visited. But why the hell would you all go visit Family Dendrar's home?
No clue. Just knock on the
No
door.
clue.
Hey,
Yeah, hey, hello, Family Dendrar. Oh yeah. Your father died in the Tresendar Manor by the Red Rats. That was true. Yeah. Okay. Well, our condolences.
Yeah, something like that.
It's maybe I deleted the thing for a provision because it's closed up. It doesn't the orchard where Daimos had a conversation. And then the Sleeping Giant. That's this. Where do I have that Sleeping Giant? See it? There we go. This is basically how we play in Owlbear, where you have the characters, and then can move along, and I can introduce enemies like that. And I use sometimes official maps or maps other people create that I just find on Google, or I create maps myself with Incarnate.
Mm-hmm. Like the casino.
Like the casino, for example, or the where there we go. So, anyways, I get off topic. You get the building, the Sleeping Giant. You try to refurbish it, and you all suddenly make plans to go to Neverwinter. I don't know where that came from. But then just go to Neverwinter. So from then on. There are some missions. For example, we have the Tower of Storms that you all play out. This one. This is actually a side mission. You wasn't there, indeed. But this was actually a side mission that you would get from the Town Master in Vandalin.
I think that was the first moment we really. I had something like, oh, okay, maybe that wasn't the best idea. Because we came here, I think we walked over this spot and we saw pixies, or was it? They were standing up there.
Yeah.
There were like a lot of pixies, and then he used the wand, like level 2 or level 3, I don't know what, and it did so much damage. Even the ones who took half damage were like dead or almost dead. That was like, I was like, oh, I can imagine the DM isn't gonna be happy about this, because this encounter is a little bit fucked.
There you go. You came here, like here, and then here are the harpies. Well, you see that. The thing from Talos, and he was standing over here. He used the wand, and all these 4 were almost immediately killed, or not, because I imagine that they did do their singing. Oh, and then you see now also here a hidden icon. Could have fought a shark here.
Ooh.
Which you all smartly decide not to do. And the crab over here. But that's the Tower of Storms. I thought I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube about how to make travel interesting for characters. Because travel is something that is... You need to go from A to B. But how do you do that as a DM? I find that quite hard. I find it quite difficult. Do you put every day an encounter, or roll your dice? Like, okay, it's now day 1. Roll your dice, encounter. Okay, encounter and fight. Okay, what do I do? This is encounter. Okay, encounter and fight. I find that repetitive and boring. So that's why I took a couple of missions that you would get from the Town Master. I use them now as certain encounters. And Tower of Storms is one of them that you had. Other encounters I really enjoy that you had in Neverwinter. I think it was before Neverwinter. Was our dear friend Flutnock the Blue.
Yeah, Gandalf.
Gandalf. I'm not good with names, so I just use Gandalf and put it in reverse, and that's Flatneck the Blue. A funny wizard. You're gonna meet him multiple times, in my opinion, because I really enjoyed that character. He's a bit of a... Yeah, you should see him as like a... He's a wizard. He is powerful, but he uses his powers in the wrong way. That's basically the how you should see him. Like, every time you're gonna meet him, there's gonna be something special about the whole situation. He's not gonna be always selling cookies, but there's just some stuff that it's a bit of a gamble. Things could turn out very bad or very good with those cookies, and I like that as a
Insta kill.
I don't know, but you got spikes. Someone got invisible.
That's the first time for me rolling a D100, and I completely fucked it up.
And my dog is coming to greet me.
I had 40 or something.
Hello. And then you all went to Neverwinter, where you did some shopping. We've seen Cephion's house.
Oh yeah.
Let me get Cephion's house out right here. That's official map from another campaign, as far as I know, which I edited. So I used an official map, and then I put some stuff over it to make it a bit more better, to fit it in our... Where's Neverwinter? There we go. Cephion's house. There we go. I think this is like I don't know which campaign it is, but it's like from a sultan or something. It actually has a top floor, and if I tell you now which things I changed, you definitely see the difference. For example, this room here is actually having stairs up.
Okay. Yeah.
But I put a different format over it with a rug. I think they had different type of lounges and stuff. Yeah. I created... we needed more beds, so I created this room that was actually like a lounge area. So I created some more beds in there with a different flooring. I changed this one then into a lounge area more. And I found that you needed a dining hall. So I created this dining area right here. That's the only things I changed in this one. And then a sauna was already there, and it's always nice to have a sauna, right, Cepheon, in your house?
That's really nice. I mean, it fits also for warriors.
Exactly. And then like a meditation kind of area, I think. But later I thought this is actually extending of the spa, but whatever. Kitchen, the chef, the little Benny the butler who keeps popping up and changing. What is it, Mashni? What will you? Huh? What will you done? Mashni's my hond. It's my doggo.
Doggo needs attention.
Yeah. I don't have food.
Funny, the episode when he made himself snacks and then Mashni wanted the snacks.
Yeah. That I cut a lot out of the episodes that where we have like things like that. Like I create like D&D time is the only time that I drink a beer. It's the only time. And then I have beer, and this time I had nice sausages with it. The dog was begging the whole time for the sausages. Putting his paw on my shoulder, crawling on my lap. I just couldn't focus. So I had to put the sausages away.
Yeah, that's dark for you.
And then chapter 16, The Curse of the Darkness Dagger. Where we get at the point that Cepheon had a change of mind and went to the Order of the Gauntlet to change his heart.
His evil ways.
His evil ways, yeah. And I came up with something that I'm like, okay, well, what would Lady Shard do in that moment? what would she do? She would not let it rest. It would not go that easily. But with a curse needs to also come a solution, and I created a whole thing for you to figure out how to reveal the curse. If you would not have slit your own throat and create that all kind of chaos in front of the old guy, he would actually he actually would have informed you about a wizard that could maybe tell you more about the curse, who lives in the mountains. And then you would have, and I calculated it out, that you could have this amount of days to travel to that to those mountains, talk with him. He would actually explain you what the curse is and how to get rid of it. He would inform you. He would give you that map that I drawn. And he would, and then you would take a ship to the island.
I was also very upset. Luckily, you calmed me down a bit on the phone because I was very upset. I was like, I'm gonna die and I can do nothing about it.
Yeah, that was not my intention. My intention was to let you know, like, you can change something about your character, but it's not gonna go easy.
Oh, and good. Like I said, I'm on that Reddit. I think we're very lucky how you do it and how you talk to us, and how you actually open to the suggestions. Because
Yeah, it's not a dictator.
no, and a lot of DMs are. I don't mean it in a bad way, but a lot of DMs want to. Yeah, they have something. I want to do it like this, and then they steer it to go that way, and yeah, we're lucky that you're not like that.
Oh, but I just like a challenge. I like to some NPCs I create right on the spot. As I have two screens in front of me. One screen is where I see what you all are doing, and on the second screen, I'm sometimes just making NPCs right on the spot to put them in the story or so, to adapt to what you all are doing. And I just, nothing is off limits, because in real world, also not, there are things off limit, but you can still do it.
Yeah, can't be a wizard for 1 second, or just become a wizard. That's just like impossible. But the other things, and like you said, you can always. What I say in real life, you can always say no is also an answer. I can always ask something, and I get no or I get yes. That doesn't matter for me. I can live with both.
Yeah, but together, I like that together we come up with ideas and make it better. Nobody's perfect, and this is just to have fun. That's the basic thing. Why would I deny people to have fun?
Exactly.
You want to go somewhere, then do it. I'm good with that. No worries. And if you die, of course, create a new character, join in. But you join in from level 3.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where we are.
No, that's fine by me.
But the XP will get you up in a better level anyways at one point. Because for the people who nobody actually knows, we do not with milestone. We level up with XP in this campaign. There are a lot of DMs who actually use milestone, that they let you level up after you've done certain dungeons or after you've done certain things. But I saw in the books that they actually give you a lot of XP, and that in some books they're like, by the time with this XP they should be at this level. And I actually like to give that little, I call it like a video game system kind of thing in there, that by the amount of XP. And still, of course, if I want you to be at a certain level at a certain part, I just make up something where you get hell a lot of XP for. That's also, so I'm not scared that you at one point will not have the right XP for something. And if I don't want you to be at too high level, then you're just gonna get lower XP. So that's how also I'm a bit playing. Even though the monsters you kill, I actually use the amount of XP you would get for that monster that is written in the books.
That White Diamond wants to kill everything.
Exactly. I like that meme. Yeah. What was it again with the
children? Or so, how much is the babies?
How much are the babies?
Yeah. How much XP do the babies give?
It's so bad. Because we can.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So Cepheon gets cursed, and I created that hallway, but nobody, like, it wasn't clear. I didn't make it that clear how serious this curse was and how much Cepheon is gonna suffer from this. I don't think I was clear enough, because you all just started and continued shopping. Go to the
Yeah, no, but
carpenter.
we thought it was fixed after I slipped my. I was like, oh yeah, this is one of the smart tricks again. How we got out of it.
I liked
Yeah.
it.
Uh,
I liked it that much that I just gave you a day extra not to suffer.
yeah.
That's exactly what I thought. Like, okay, well, probably the curse is till his death. He actually, well, he kind of died, so.
I liked it, but I wanted you all to go. Here is also where I'm like, okay, I go with it. You can do that. I will spare you a day longer, but still, I really would like you to go to that island and fight Medusa.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So that's why I still continue with that curse. But you all just like, yeah, let's go to the Dragon Barrow. Fine. Dragon Barrow, which is another...
Where I died a lot.
Which is another quest that you got normally from the Town Master in Phandalin. But I found it suitable that this would actually be a quest given by Vulcaleatus to Draco. Because it's dragon related. It's about a dragon sword. It's a legend. I found it much nicer in the story that Vulcaleatus would talk about this towards Draco.
Yeah.
And you all decided to go there. Very hard enemy is in there, which is the invisible stalker.
Oh yeah.
This thing over here, very hard to control as a DM. Like, how are you gonna explain to the people that there is something, but you can't see it, but you should fight it? Like, how you like? And then I found somewhere where they say, well, I portrayed it as like, if you have it's cold outside, but you have the heating on and you see this glow coming up from the heating.
Yeah.
That's how you
Mirage.
that's how you would see the invisible stalker a bit.
And the feet, right, or something. You can see the imprints on the ground, I think.
Yes, you could also see the imprints on the ground, because someone said also, like, I researched this thing because I had no idea how to do this. And someone said also, like, there's a difference between being invisible and hiding.
Yeah.
If you're invisible, they cannot see you, but they can see, they can hear you, they can see your imprints, they can smell you, they can feel you.
Yes.
But if you're hiding, that's a whole different story. So that's how I was like,
A lot
okay.
of people think these are the most difficult enemies in whole D&D.
Invisible Stalker, I can definitely, yeah. The Nothic
There was also on the forum, yeah? And the Nothic was also
is also a very hard enemy, which I made very easy for all of you. Because the Nothic basically, little other thing, I'm not sure if Bram, you played God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah.
You have the god there that, I don't know what his name was, but he is there and he knows everything what you do in advance.
Yeah.
That's also a Nothic. A Nothic knows exactly what you do before you do it. That's why it's very hard to fight this thing. I left that a bit to the side.
Pretty cool.
Because how do you fight something if it could all the time evade what you do and anticipate on that. But the Invisible Stalker, yeah, really a bitch. It has a mission and it only lives by that mission.
What was his mission? Protect the thing?
No, yeah, and
Retrieve the sword.
Retrieve the sword.
If you would have dropped the sword, it would have stopped attacking.
Okay.
So there was two solutions. Try to kill it, or let the sword be and leave.
I can't leave fucking the Dragon's Slayer longsword. So.
But you all did well. That was the Dragon Barrow.
Well, we did another tactic, and that's throw ink on it.
True. Yep. You're full of tactics. Full of tactics. My little sounds, I can't get enough of it.
Hey, yo.
Anyways, we arrive at the special tactics, which was the island. Homebrew Island. Where are you? Tomb Island. There we go. With the displacer beasts.
Oh yeah. I remember those.
There we go. What is this? Oh yeah, I crossed the bridge out. Because you all blew up the bridge, of course. Why the hell would I put... I didn't think that through. Like, sometimes you all are a step ahead of me. I put all the enemies here, because I'm like, they need to put the arrow at one point here, so they need to come here to be able to open the door. So I'll put all the enemies there. And what do? You just fucking blow up the bridge, and I need to go look up how it works with jumping. But that's fun. A little side note, which I invented, is which did not happen luckily. If you would have put an object here,
A what?
an object like you needed to put the arrow here and then say something that was. If you would have put the wrong thing there, something here on the beach would open up and another displacer beast would appear.
Ooh. Oh, lucky us then.
Exactly. That's what I had in mind.
First time we had like proper trouble with not being physical there because we got so I don't remember what the rhyme was, but we heard it differently than it actually was.
Yes. Yeah. Agree.
That put us so much on the wrong foot that once we heard it was that was like very
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Here we have the whole storyline. That's a Thunder 3 thing. Now, so when they decide to go east, Adabra comes running after them. If the attack of the Automaton comes out, like, I do all these kind of things where I write down for myself. If they do this, then this happens. If they do that, then that happens. Destroy any of the torch bearers. Oh yeah, this is the Arklum Greed. Let them talk and roleplay. Oh yeah. Oh, this is also this is can you remember that I let you throw for the thing? This is for Draco when you went hunting and they went to the Tower of Storms and the story, what you figured out and what you did, and I let you throw a d6 for that.
Yeah.
This table is what would have happened and what. And you threw a 6, right?
Yes.
So you got this story. You were able to hunt 3 bunnies to remain because you ate one last night during the storm. While traveling through the hills, you felt danger approaching. After you quickly hid yourself into some bushes, a white dragon flew over towards the Sword Mountains. After you traveled a bit further, you came upon a traveler that was wearing a piece of clothing that holds the symbol of the Order of the Dragon. When you asked him where he got it from, he said he found it hanging up in a tree close to the deserted village of Coneyberry.
Coneyberry,
Looked like it was fallen from the sky. If you would have thrown a 1, for example, you were unfortunately not successful with hunting. Animals were quicker than your bow this time. Also, no trace of buxom, and last night during the storm, you lost all your sleeping gear.
Oh wow!
So that's so the higher you threw, the better the outcome. If you threw a 3, you were able to hunt 3 bunnies to remain, but unfortunately, no trace of buxom. So it really depended on. And you
That's a good throw. I was lucky then. Could have gotten way worse.
Thrain Stoneheart. Unfortunately, you never met Thrain because you never went to the wizard. So that's a thing I keep holding in my back. This is funny because he would actually have told you about the hobgoblins going to war.
Okay.
Da-da-da-da. Is it not here? I didn't put it here. No. I did. can't find the rhyme. I was looking for the thing, where
And
puzzle?
it takes-
like I
takes
fly,
flight.
never rest, takes flight, and that thing.
Did I? No, I didn't. I don't got my notes with me.
And then you went to well, basically, these two chapters are playing fully in the Medusa Island, Medusa's lair. Did you all figure out the shape of the inside of the temple?
Nope.
I've seen it just like on your screen like a minute ago. A skull,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. It's only because I saw it now. Like I remembered the look how it was, but
This one. Yeah, because for you, some areas were blocked, but actually, this is what the inside looked like.
yeah.
Wow,
I could.
that's cool. No, we didn't see that.
No, we didn't see that at all.
Because
Pretty
you
cool.
only see like different parts.
Yeah, this is what you see. Eventually,
Yeah.
but I could block things the whole time like this. And there's the table that I put in. I found this map, powered by ZAT Battle Maps. I found it very cool. The only thing I missed was a table with a beer and some basilisks. Why did the basilisks not attack you the second time? Because after this attack, I read that they are not very hostile.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That they are only hostile if you get very close or intimidate or anything. Otherwise, they just let you be.
Oh,
So
really?
that's why they didn't attack the second time. To even it out. But if you would have continued, they would definitely have attacked. And then you got Medusa, of course. You got the Displacer Beast. You got the Basilisks you attacked. And then Medusa, which is an official character in D&D.
Oh yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Okay.
And I don't make up
Not
monsters or
anymore.
anything.
She's dead.
Well, to be honest, in D&D, Medusa is not a single thing that exists. They are like monsters. There are multiple of them.
Oh, okay.
I did not know that. I just use it as Medusa as the monster. But they use it as there are multiple in the universe.
Okay.
But what definitely says is if you create a mirror shape or anything, her focus will purely go on that and will try to destroy it before it would attack you all. And every time she tried to, I rolled below a 10, so she could not destroy the mirror. And when I rolled high, she was already grappled by Draco. Very lucky.
And the grappling does work.
It does, yeah, it did. You were able to block her eyes and stuff. And then chapter 20, the last one, Old Habits, where you all are back in Neverwinter. And why is it called Old Habits? I found it very nice from Draco. You came up with that. Because so many references to old habits. Cepheon being himself again with the throwing the bowl of shit on top of that old guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Being so, and then you have Deimos who offered to go steal in Neverwinter together with Draco. You all go gambling, and where Deimos again is cheating his way through gambling in a casino. That's why it's just really old habits. Back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Sunday we're gonna have chapter 21, where we will start at Cephion's house, I think.
I mean, some things won't change. Some things won't change. I mean, Cepheon may not be evil, but he still is Cepheon, so he still does unexpected things, impulsive things.
Yeah, that's not that. I like that. So keep doing that.
That is his nature. Well, that's also my nature as a person. So I'm also very not so much as I used to be, but.
And then we have the ship Kilbrachan. I created this because I wanted to have a bit of a wink to the Ghost of Saltmarsh campaign, because I still find it a shame that it ended.
Yeah.
That was something I was really looking forward to. So I'm like, I'm gonna put a little taste of a ship and sea in our campaign.
Oh, I was thinking at one point, let's just get the ship and go somewhere else. But then again,
I would have
Draco has
given
to
you the
kill
choice.
dragons.
I would have given you the choice to go anywhere you like. And then, of course,
Yeah.
Captain Deep-Sea Davy, his only part in the campaign was guide you and show you the way to the Tower of Storms. Never would I have thought that he would have such a big influence in the whole campaign for how many chapters?
A couple, yeah.
Where's Captain Deep-Sea Davy there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 chapters he's involved. While he was actually just something quickly that I came up with, like how are they gonna find their way to the Tower of Storms?
That's D&D, man.
Yeah, just these small things, and they just get. Adebra Gwyn is normally denying to go to Phandalin after you save her from the Manticore. This creature here. But you all throw high, and you make a quite good thing to say, like, hey, there's a store empty. Plus, in under Tresenda Manor, there's a area with a lot of potion making stuff. Why would she not go there?
Mm-hmm.
So she has her own thing there. We can talk forever about this, but
I'm looking forward to Sunday.
Yeah, finally again. No, and seriously, my kids are on the limit. My wife is working, so I'm on the limit of how long I can keep him silent. You've heard him a little bit now.
oh, but it's fine. We are almost at a 2-hour mark, so I think
Look
it's
at the
nice
app,
to.
I sent you a picture. We had carnival last week, so they went the whole time into the kitchen, into the big bag with the candy, and I let them just eat it.
Oh no!
Sugar rush.
So
I will put this. I will put this image in the in the video of this session.
how to bribe your cats and being silent. Now,
Oh,
yeah, well, that's the only thing. Sometimes, children, and then I'm so super tired. That's sometimes
I can
I
imagine.
wake up at
I can
5 o'clock,
imagine.
and then yeah.
I would like to thank you for joining. I'm not sure when we're gonna do this again. Maybe after another 20 chapters in half a year time. We'll see.
Yeah.
But for me, planning is that we just continue this campaign as long as we can.
I hope so.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
Thanks.
Let's kill some dragons.
And talk to you Sunday.
Till Sunday, man.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.